Oh man, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm so mad right now. I just go on YouTube and I just see back-to-back guides, a lot of people talking about, saying, "Oh my gosh, this character is amazing. She's broken. She's such a good character." And I'm like, I gotta wait 9 more hours to play with the damn character. Are you fucking kidding me? It's so annoying, man. But right when they just updated their tier list, and I want to take a look at it. All right, I want to take a look at this tier list because it seems very, very, very interesting, and there's a lot of changes here. So right off the bat, we got Verina. She's lowered down to T 0.5. Now I know there's gonna be a lot of doom posting around this because people are gonna be like, "Oh, Verina's moving down, power creep, blah blah blah," and all this bullshit. But let's go ahead and read the reasons as of to why Verina is in T 0.5. And as you guys can see, is in T 0.5. And I'm not surprised, right? I'm not surprised. Her kit looked absolutely amazing. I'm seeing how she's not that good in Whimpering Waste. Understandable. And honestly, when it comes to Whimpering Waste, I literally don't care about Whimpering Waste anymore. Who cares about that game mode? I'm gonna be real with y'all. Who cares about Whimpering Waste? I just go in there to get the freaking rewards and I'm out, bro. Like, Whimpering Waste is a lost cause to me. It's cooked, bro. It's beyond cooked. I don't really care about it at all. TOA, there's still hope for TOA. So I prefer TOA over Whimpering Waste. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But seeing how she is T 0.5 in the DPS category is actually very, very interesting because that means that, she is literally stronger than like Gion, right? She's stronger than Gion, stronger than Encore, stronger than Zhang Liao. And when I looked at her kit, when I looked at Iuno's kit, she came off as like a sub DPS unit. So pretty much like a hybrid character, right? And seeing that she is competing with Camellia, she's competing with Jinxie. Oh, that's actually very, very dope. So she's probably going to be some sort of like main DPS unit if you build her properly, which is going to be pretty dope. But let's go ahead and read this over here so we can get more context. So it says over here, with Iuno's release and a new iteration of Whimpering Waste, the promised big Whimpering Waste tier list rework has come. Additionally revamped our criteria to account for the big changes the Whimpering Waste meta faced recently. Okay, this is Whimpering Waste. I don't really care about this shit. Let's for now focus on TOA. What is important to keep in mind here is that due to how closely this tier list update was done compared to the new Tower Adversity Hazard Tower Floors 3 and 4 release, we haven't had enough time to conduct properly detailed testing in order to form a fully accurate opinion on how the meta has evolved. Hence, this tier list update will only be representative of the meta with the first 2 floors of Hazard Tower. So they're not talking about floors 3 and 4. They're talking about floors 1 and 2 in Hazard Tower only for this tier list. So just to let you guys know. But let's see this. So is getting added. Okay, we know that. So hybrid. So the reason why she is added at as T 0.5 with no signature, because while Iuno's reliance on having a proper weapon is definitely noteworthy due to her personal damage focus, which does tank her performance on the non-signature tier list, where she's only a very slight upgrade from an S6 or Tefi. Rest assured that she's easily the best buffer for 2 characters, being Gion and particularly Augusta. He has healing, personal damage, and strong damage amplify buffs for these 2. Since Augusta is a top tier DPS, naturally Iuno will rank very high as a hybrid, as Iuno's her best partner. On top of this, she has some extra team flexibility with Gion or even Phoebe, which are all strong DPS contenders. Very interesting. Now, I'm not surprised that she's gonna be good with Phoebe because, okay, imagine you put Zani, Phoebe, and then Iuno, right? That's gonna be a pretty solid team. So yeah, seeing how this unit, she has heavy attack amplification as her outro skill. She has that 40% damage amp that can work with shield units, and she can also heal. She also deals great damage. Yo, this is a top tier unit, man. But You guys can see for Gion, they also moved Gion. I wouldn't say they moved him up, but they put him on the watch list, which means that Gion's placement might change in the future because of Iuno, which is fair. She's also T0 with signature. Not surprised. I mean, her signature weapon, she literally ignores defense. You know, it has a lot of crit rate. Not surprised at all. But let's go ahead and take a look at her teams here. So when it comes to gameplay and teams, so wow, that is a lot of teams. So of course, her best team, Augusta, you know, you have Shorekeeper and Verina. Main DPS, you know, so you want to run Iuno with Chacona, and of course, Arrow Rover or Shorekeeper. I think I think that's a pretty solid team. You know, you have Chacona that's pretty much increasing arrow damage. So I think that's a fair team. Gion team, you have Gion, Iuno, Chacona. Phoebe DPS team, you have Phoebe, Iuno, and then Rover, Spectre Rover. And of course, Zani team, you have Zani, Iuno, and Phoebe. So yeah, man, she has a lot of teams, man. Really, really good. I like the fact that she fits in a lot of teams. But oh, I forgot. We have to take a look at Verina's placement here. Why they okay. So for Verina, it says this is the big one. Yep, we're taking Verina out of T0 after a long reign of 1.5 years. Kuro has definitely done a good job of replacing her out of literally every meta team imaginable since her release. And while she's still a top journalist pick at S2 close to S0 Shorekeeper, our tier list only grades her at S0 where she's objectively quite a bit worse. The truth is, more and more top teams like Mono Havoc, Mono Fusion, Arrow teams want to stop using Verina and either have their dedicated third slot teammate Racha, Lupa, Arrow Rover, or at most want to use Shorekeeper because her buffing strength is much higher. Hence, we dropped Verina to T0.5. She of course still remains one of the top support picks available. I think that's fair because that is true. Like when you take a look at you know, Fusion Team, right? You take a look at Fusion Team, you have Chun-Li, Brant, and you also have Lupa. Verina and Shorekeeper are not involved. You take a look at, you know, Havoc Team, you have Frolova, you got Contarella and Racha. It's like we're pretty much entering a phase where Buro, they're pushing out these mono teams, these mono element teams, where for example you have Cartethia, Arrow Rover, and Chacona. And if you are, let's say you don't want to use, like if you don't have Chacona, you would use Shorekeeper instead to increase Cartethia's crit and crit damage. So of course Shorekeeper, like this unit is always going to be T0 no matter what. She's just like the best support in the game. But Verina, the fact that she is competing with Shorekeeper, Verina, she was just there as like an alternative if you didn't have Shorekeeper because they're both really, really good. But seeing how we're moving towards this mono, you know, element phase where we have these characters that are in mono teams without Shorekeeper and Verina, her value is low-key going down a little bit. And seeing how Air Rover is going up, not surprised because of Iuno. You know, since she's really, really good with Chacona. Of course, you want to put an Arrow Rover so that he can increase arrow damage for Iuno. My stance on Arrow Rover is still the same. A lot of people don't like the fact that I think Arrow Rover sucks. The reason why I think Arrow Rover sucks is because outside of Arrow teams, he's fucking dog shit. It's just a fact. Bro is just ass. He's a very like hyper specific unit where he really locked in with Arrow. And if you don't put him in an Arrow team, he's just there to be there, which is that's fine. That's literally fine. But yeah, man, things are looking good, man. Things are looking good. Once again, I can see a lot of people complaining about Verina being in T0.5. I can already see the doom posting coming from 67 miles away. You guys already know how I am when it comes to doom post, and I hate when people use that word because it's just like people just use that word to block criticism. But I ain't gonna lie, I can dead ass see the doom posting for Verina being T0.5. People are gonna be like, oh, what has power creep? Oh shit, Verina's not T0 anymore. Things are not looking good. Like I can already see it coming, bro. It's really not that big of a deal. The only reason why they put her in T0.5 is because of these mono teams, and Verina's just no longer like, she's more of like an outlier, right? If you don't have characters like Chacona or Lupa, then you can use Verina. But if you do have them, there's literally no reason for you to use her at all. She's just there as an alternative. That's literally it. Now, when we take a look at with signature in Tower of Adversity, Iuno is currently sitting in T0 with her signature. So, hey man, I'm not surprised. Her weapon is insane. It's literally the same as Augusta's signature weapon, but still pretty good, man. That defense ignore, really nice. So, it's I'm actually glad. I'm glad that this character is good because I was more excited for Iuno than Augusta. Like, don't get me wrong, Augusta, she is by far my favorite DPS unit in the game. Really fun to play with. But Iuno, it's like she is gonna bring so much value to my account. And whenever I'm gonna summon for, say, a heavy attack unit, I can now pair that unit up with more Tefi, right? Because I'm going to use Augusta with Iuno, and then if they release another heavy attack unit, I'm just going to use that heavy attack unit with more Tefi. So it's going to make Tower of Adversity a lot more fun now, because you do have the Vigor system, and Iuno does change a lot. A lot of people say that, oh, she doesn't really change anything, I'm going to stick with more Tefi. You take a look at the Vigor system, she changes a lot, trust me. You can now use Mortefi with other heavy attack damage dealers, and you can use Iuno as well. So it's gonna make things a lot easier in a TOA when it comes to accessibility. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. In a couple hours here, I will drop my summons for Iuno. We're gonna try to get this character. Hopefully I don't lose 50-50. Not going for her weapon, by the way. I am using the stone art. Actually, hold up, before we end this video, I am using the stone art on Iuno. So yeah, that's like the battle pass 4-star weapon. Let me see over here. Is it in? Yeah, it's in builds. Yeah, so when we take a look at the difference here, so 142% from like, oh shit, I can already see the doom posting, guys. So Abyss Surges is 100%, and her best slot weapon is like 142% or like 137%. Yeah, I can see the doom posting already, bro. Oh no, 42% difference. You can literally run like Abyss Surges. The thing about Abyss Surges, the energy regeneration, it's all right. The basic attack thing, I don't know about that because she's like a resist liberation unit. So you're really benefiting from like attack. That's all you're getting from when it comes to Abyss Surges. But I am using Stone Art because Stone Art does have resist liberation, which is pretty good. So I am going to use that on her. But yeah, that is a huge difference though. I'm not gonna lie, 142%, huge difference. But the good thing about Iuno is she is not, you could use her as a main DPS unit, or you can use her as like a sub DPS unit. So there are many ways you can, use this character. So I don't feel like a lot of people are going to complain that, there is a huge difference between you having your best in slot weapon and you not having your best in slot weapon, because she is still valuable no matter what. Outro skill, she can heal, and if you use her with Augusta, she has that 40% damage amp, which is pretty good. So still a valuable unit even though you don't have her weapon. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for tuning in. We catch you guys on the next one. Adios.